Alright everyone, my name is Joe and this is my Uncharted 2 guided tour of the multiplayer component. I posted a video earlier on this channel, basically giving you a quick introduction to the game, and I said that if it was well received that I would do something a bit more in depth, and the response was good, so I'm going to do it. So I'm doing this as a live commentary, and for syncing purposes I'm going to press start right now. And here we are at the main menu of the game, so let's go to the multiplayer and it will start to connect. And the first thing to say is that Naughty Dog uses a cloud computing kind of system for their multiplayer servers, so if you ever want to make kind of, tiny little bug fixes, minor changes, they can do it through this in-game with no kind of any kind of official patches or anything, so it's nice and unobtrusive, which is very cool. It saves them having to push out a patch every time they want to make a change to the multiplayer for balance issues or whatever. And believe me, they have made a lot, so it has helped quite a bit. But we're just connecting right now, nearly done, and there we go. So we see this upon first coming up. We see this kind of screen. It gives us kind of news as what's going on. So we're just gonna press OK, and this is the main menu of the multiplayer. And first thing to say is that when the game first came out, this did not look like this. These trophies weren't here. These are all new trophies that have been added with downloadable content, and these below it, this little box with stats in it was it wasn't there either. That was added fairly recently, and the unfortunate thing is it only tracks stats since it was released. So as you can see, it says I have 631 competitive kills, when in actuality I have about 2,000. And that's the 631 kills are the only kills I've had since this little feature is introduced. But it's a cool feature nonetheless, and it's good to see that Naughty Dog are continuing to support this game and adding new features and basically trying to keep it fresh. So yeah, let's first go into our profile here. And at the top left you can see the level that we are at, how much cash we have, how much cash we need to rank up. And as you can see, I need $1,371,000 to rank up, and I am nearly there. And so I'll be at level 37 when I rank up. I believe there is 50 ranks, 1 to 50, plus 1 to 10 in Roman numerals after that, and you need a lot to rank up to those levels. It takes a long time to get there. Well, I think so. I think it does anyway. I'm not sure. I've only played maybe about a day or two of this, and I'm only level 36. But anyway, here we have the booster slots, which are kind of like perks from Call of Duty. Slot 1 these are perks here. These are the only ones I've unlocked at this moment, so I'll show you the other ones in the store later on. So you can equip nothing for some reason. So you have point and shoot, which increases your pistol blind fire accuracy. We have the same thing for long guns, which are like your primary weapons. We have down your irons, which increases your accuracy when you're aiming long guns down the sights. So when you zoom in with assault rifles and stuff, it increases your accuracy then. Break up, which allows you to damage objects like crates and stuff like that a lot faster. And Hellblazer, which allows you to move faster with JAU-19, which is a big, huge, massive beast of a minigun type thing, which spawns in most of the maps, I believe, not in all of them. But it makes you move really slow, so this perk, this booster even, helps you move a little bit faster when you're using it. And, I didn't want that. Slot 2 is our more kind of support stuff, so we have Bandolier, which gives you more ammo to start off with. Scavenger, which you should recognise from Modern Warfare 2, it does basically the same thing. It gives you more ammo from each pickup. Keep Firing, which is basically extended mags that gives you a bigger clip in your guns. There's Fleet Foot, which allows you to move faster whilst you're aiming down the sights of your gun. There's Sure Foot, which stops you from getting knocked down from explosions from like grenades and stuff like that. Explosive Expert, which allows you to carry an extra grenade, and it is a little bit misleading. When I first unlocked it, I assumed that it would spawn you with an extra grenade, but it doesn't. It just gives you an extra grenade slot. You still have to pick up that grenade somewhere in the map, but it's still pretty handy, I suppose. And then there's Treasure Bearer, which is basically only handy in Plunder, which allows you to move a lot faster with the treasure. So if you're playing Plunder and you're going for the objective, this is probably the perk that you should be using. So I will show you the rest of the perks later when we go to the store, because what you use is you buy your perks, your character skins, stuff like that, using the money that you earn in multiplayer. So we have our contact here, which I'm not using. Here we have our kind of other settings. We have our co-op difficulty, which is easy or normal. I just have it set at easy because I don't even play the co-op. Our taunt, which is a cool little feature you may or may not have seen in my previous video, but when I killed someone, I humped their dead body on occasion, And basically what this is, it's a little taunt that you do when you're standing still. If you press X, you do a little kind of half-second kind of taunt. And there's other ones to unlock. These are just the ones I have, but Pump is quite easily the best one. It's always good for a laugh, especially when you get a whole group of people doing it at the same time. And then you can set our matchmaking to the default or to downloadable content only. But so here's the other main thing of our profiles, our characters. As I said before in the previous video, all the games are team based. It's always heroes versus villains with 5 players on each team, and you're randomly placed as either a hero or a villain on every match, but you can choose specifically which from each category you want to choose. So here are all the villains. A lot of these are characters that have been added from downloadable content. Here we have Nathan Drake, who's the main character obviously, Chloe Fraser, who is the love interest of this game, the second game in the series. We have Victor Sullivan, who is a complete and utter badass, who's your kind of sidekick kind of thing in both of the games really. We have Tenzin, who was introduced in this game, the second game, who is a Tibetan guy with a cool hat who cannot speak English, but he's pretty cool as well. We have Elena Fisher, who is the main love interest, I would say, actually, of the entire series. She was the main female character in the first game, and she was reintroduced about halfway through the second game. And she is usually my go-to hero character because Elena is awesome. And so here we have UDF Drake. We have Drake in his Uncharted 1 costume. We have Heist Drake in his heist costume from the museum robbery chapter in this game, which is right at the beginning. We have Chloe in our winter uniform, Elena in our Uncharted 1 uniform, costume even, Elena in winter costume, cameraman Jeff, who is introduced about halfway through this game when you meet Elena again, Wetsuit Drake, which is a costume he wears during the first chapter of the first game, Marco Polo. The game's plot is centered around Marco Polo's lost fleet, and you can unlock Marco Polo as a playable character in multiplayer once you get the Platinum Trophy for this game, which is basically collect all the original trophies for this game, not including the downloadable content ones. So that includes completing the game on every single difficulty, including crushing, which obviously since I can select them I have done, and I'm not a great single player gamer, so it took me a while, but I managed to get it eventually. I managed to persevere because I really wanted that Platinum Trophy. And here we're getting into the downloadable content stuff. We have Cole from the game Infamous, which is another PS3 exclusive, and it's a good game which I would recommend. We have Drake in a baseball shirt. We have Rika, who is a character from a kind of spin-off animated comic type deal, that was pretty cool to watch. We have Sev, who is the main guy from Killzone 2. We have Nathan Hale from the Resistance series, obviously. We have Zeke, who is also from Infamous. We have Heist Chloe, Borneo Chloe, more Victor Sullivan costumes, and then Elena in her wetsuit. Alright. And the villains, here we have, these ones are just kind of a generic kind of bad guys that you kill in the single player campaign. Harry Flynn is kind of one of the main antagonists in the game. He's not the main one, he's kind of almost like a sidekick to the main bad guy. Atok Navarro was one of the bad guys in the first game, along with Gabriel Roman. Eddie Raja is mostly an antagonist. He's not like a complete bad guy, he's just the kind of guy that he doesn't like Nathan, and Nathan doesn't like him, so that places him as a villain, I guess. And here we have 2 more silly skeleton costumes. We have Evil Cole from Infamous. We have Precoso, who I believe was like a Samoan pirate or something from the first Uncharted. We have the dead Nazi explorer, who has a bullet in his head. We have Pinkerton, who is the bad guy from the kind of animated comic I mentioned before that Rika originated from. We have a Helgas soldier, which is cool, although the bad thing is, I don't know if he still does, but when it was first released there wasn't any voices associated with it, which was a great shame, because the Helgas voice is badass, if I must say so myself. We have a Chimeran hybrid from the Resistance series, and we have these 2 guys who I think are just kind of generic characters from the single player campaign, I don't know. But so yeah, that's that. Let's go to the store and I'll show you the rest of the boosters that we have here. And so these are the ones I've unlocked. These are the ones which I have unlocked but I haven't bought yet, and these are the ones which I haven't unlocked at all yet because I haven't got to the right level. Like, see here, I need to get to level 38 before I'm able to buy it. But here we have Turtle, which is kind of the same with Hellblaze, except it allows you to move faster with the right shield. Sure Shot, which is basically the same as I can't remember what it is. It's obviously not in this one. It's the same as the one that allows you to better accuracy when you're aiming down the sights with your long guns, but for pistols instead. Walk Softly, which is kind of like a Ninja Pro kind of deal. Juggler and Rapid Hands are basically kind of sleight of hand pro kind of thing, gives you faster reloading. Situational Awareness is a perk which I haven't used, but it seems kind of overpowered, where if you're standing still you just press up on the D-pad and you can see enemies through walls. I think it's just their names, but I still think that's a bit weird. But like I say, I haven't unlocked it, so I haven't used it, so I can't really comment on that, whether or not it's overpowered or not. There's Invasion, which is a counter to Situational Awareness, so I suppose that's handy. These three are what's known as Badge of Honours. They actually hinder you, they don't help you in any way. But if you get plenty of kills with them, you get big bonuses. So we have Veiled, which doesn't give you a blind fire reticle, so if you're firing from the hip you have no reticle to kind of help you where to see where you're firing. There's Invalid, which gives you half the health, which would not be good at all. And there's Glassjaw, which lets you take double damage from hand-to-hand attacks. And yes, unlike Modern Warfare 2, Uncharted 2's melee attack is a 2-hit kill and not the 1-hit kill super panic button that it is in Modern Warfare 2. So let's go to booster slot 2, the ones I haven't unlocked yet. Launchman gives you more grenade launcher ammo capacity. Monkey Man allows you to climb faster. Scoped In reduces the pain wobble while you're scoped in with scoped weapons, which I think only applies to the sniper rifle and the FAL, which you can zoom in. We have Deposit, which earns you more money for objective medals. Objective medals are things, they're all kind of achievement kind of things you get during the game, like if you get like a double kill you get some extra money. But I think it only works for objective ones, so say in the game of Plunder, if you capture the treasure, your team captures the treasure, you get, I think it's $4,000. And I'm assuming that using this would give you 8,000 for every time you capture. Rocket Man gives you more RPG ammo. Revenge is basically martyrdom from the Call of Duty series. But the grenades aren't that powerful in this game. They were when it first came out, they were ridiculously overpowered, but it seems they've toned them down a little bit. And here we have 2 Badge of Honours, half loaded, gives you less bullets in each clip, I'm assuming only half a clip. And Come Get Somewhere, I'm assuming everyone can see your name through walls, so that would be pretty cool. So yeah, this is actually the second take of this commentary. The first one I did, I basically did everything I was going to do in one take, and it turned out to be about nearly 20 minutes long, which is obviously far too long. So with hindsight, I'm doing it again, and at this point I'm going to cut it off at part 1. In part 2 I'm going to go into a blank custom game and basically show you all the weapons. So if that interests you, you know, the video should be up in a fairly shortly, maybe a day or two. And I will see you guys in part 2. Peace out.